Alright, animation fanatics, grab your tickets and a hot snack, cause it's time for Monkey at the Movies. Today's episode was requested by, and we'll be taking a look at Summer Wars. Hey kids, do you like Digimon? Do you want to watch Digimon the movie without the annoying voices and unnecessary throwback music? You want to watch Digimon Frontier without Zephyrmon's TNA all up in your face? Yeah, me neither, but it's all good because Summer Wars has you covered. Created by the same director behind Boy and the Beast, Wolf Children, and, as I'm sure you guessed, Digimon the movie, Summer Wars is an action-packed drama about a boring code monkey who pretends to be a teenage girl's boyfriend in order to keep her from feeling socially awkward at a family reunion. Unfortunately, this dude sweats social awkwardness from every pore, so there was no point in bringing him along in the first place, but fortunately, a conflict in cyberspace is going to distract us from that fact for 2 hours. After our anxiety-ridden protagonist here gives out his credit card information to find out which Disney character he is, a hacker takes this information and implicates him in a global terrorist operation. So while this dude's playing fake husbando in the real world for our lovely slice of tomboy action here, his tech-savvy incompetence unleashes a virus in the virtual world which messes up traffic lights and kills game consoles. You monster, forcing people to put down their phones and talk to each other, how dare you! So, after this virus does the world a favor by depriving senior citizens of their life support, the girl's family has a neckbeard gamer guy who takes on the virus with his very own persona. But he didn't buy the overpriced DLC, so he gets his ass handed to him. Thus, the girl's family decides to work together as a unit to take on this dastardly foe. I can't talk about the plot anymore without talking about some major themes, namely traditional values versus commercial values, and nationalism versus globalism, both of which are conflicts that are prevalent in a lot of Japanese animation. For example, a few decades ago, the East graced us with a gem of a movie called Akira, which highlighted Japan's fears of losing their cultural identity as their country was heavily influenced by Western values following World War II, and their fears of technology after experiencing the atomic bomb. See, it grosses me out every time. Akira's story ends with a team of young radicals rebuilding a dystopia after the world is destroyed by a cataclysmic explosion very similar to the atomic bomb. Summer Wars takes a more lighthearted and hopeful approach to this concept, but hits the same major points. The Jinouchi family, which most of this film is based on, heavily values the traditions passed on from their samurai heritage, but this new virtual conflict is too alien of a concept for them to understand, so they can't help but be afraid of it. In fact, they even alienate a member of their own family just for placing too much value on foreign culture and technology. This fear of losing cultural identity is personified through the way the virus takes control of the Japanese population's in-game avatars. However, instead of causing a tragedy and young radicals having to clean up the aftermath, the family actually blocks the tragedy by supporting the young radicals and utilizing historic solutions to solve this futuristic problem. In fact, they fight the virus directly by using Japanese cards created in the 1800s, which serves as a visual metaphor for how Japan can carry on through this tough new era of technological advancement, as long as they hold on to their culture in the process.
It's time to do.
This idea is so heavily ingrained into the plot that it even carries over onto the DVD box art, with a crazy individualistic digital world on the cover slip and a grounded, collectivistic, natural world on the case. Speaking of box art, that brings us over to a new topic, doesn't it? The 2D art style in Summer Wars is built for action, and by that I mean characters are drawn with solid colors, limited shading, and limited line work, which makes their motions more fluid and allows for more anticipation and follow-through in their fight moves. Yeah, get 'em! You can see similar traits in the animation of Fooly Cooly, Devilman Crybaby, and several works by Watanabe, as this art style seriously cuts down on production costs. Less lines, less colors means less time spent on each frame, which means less expenses. The 3D art used in the digital world, on the other hand, is cel-shaded, similar to the games like DDR or Jet Set Radio, meaning it's still primarily solid colors, but it uses darker colors to create shadows and show depth. By using this solid color coordination in both the 2D and 3D aspects of this film, the two blend together seamlessly, which prevents the jarring disparity typically seen in Western animation. Ugh. Usually Mamoru Hosoda's films hone in on the slow-paced lifestyles of their characters and punctuate the plot with short, intense action scenes. But unlike these, Summer Wars presents much faster pacing overall and saves those slow moments for important bits of character development. Overall, this flick packs one hell of a punch, to a point where its 2-hour runtime flies right by, and you'll feel some brand of inspired after watching it. So get a hold of it wherever you can. This has been Brad Brachet. I'm a monkey at the movies, and I hope I'll see you at the next show.